Good morning and a very happy Friday to you all. I have a co-host on this show today and I'll bring him on in a wee bit. So good morning, ladies and gentlemen, who's all on today. I am live here on Facebook and I am Success and on YouTube. Now today, the sun is shining up bright and early to catch that sunrise, and at 5:55 it was this morning. It keeps getting earlier. I'll have to rise earlier for it. But today I wanted to speak briefly before I bring on this Dawn to speak about something else. Law of attraction and to manifest. I'm going to speak about a few stories during the week. Someone had asked me, Evelyn, how do you visualize? How do I get this into my head? How do I attract things in? Because it's okay reading about law of attraction, knowing the steps of law of attraction. What is it? How do I do it? And how does it come about? And I think the biggest thing for us all is to be mindful. And I can't stress this enough, to be mindful of the words that you are saying. Firstly, I asked the person, when you visualize, have you looked at what it is that you want? Have you pictures of it? Do you have a screensaver on your phone? No, just trying to visualize it. So it's very, very difficult to keep something, a visual in your mind. Number one, we block a lot of it by too, because if we don't have it, we think, how are we going to get it? But all we have to do is get into imagination, is to get back into that childlike state of just imagining that this is here. Imagine that is yet to show up for you. So that means perhaps looking at pictures on the internet, having stuff as your screensaver, and is the to give say, yeah, I deserve this. But what was happening with this other person, apart from just trying to do the visualizing, they believed the only way that it was going to come to them was through an insurance company, because the house had got flooded at one stage. So now they're waiting on the insurance company. So there we go. There we've another block. It's only through the insurance company that this is made possible. So now we have a limitation set in place. And the third thing that they were saying unknowingly to themselves is, I'm always chasing this insurance company. Now, like a greyhound race where they let the rabbit off and out the dogs run out of the trap. They're always chasing, seldom catching, always, always chasing. So when we affirm those words, I am chasing, you're never going to catch. You're always running after. So not alone is to visualize the thing, but it's the words that we are affirming. And this is the importance. And people have said to me, look, you don't need to teach me about law of attraction. I know about law of attraction, but can you help fix this other situation, my family or work? But if we truly know about law of attraction, we'll know that life shows up as us. It shows up for us as us. We still see it as an outside thing, and we put in the house. And I even saw a wonderful post that someone had put up of gratitude about money, and they give thanks for their healthy body. I give thanks for my wonderful healthy body, that I am able to go out and earn money and receive on a monthly basis. So we think that's enough. Again, the limitations are set in place. Number one, I have to earn this money. And I know a lot of us will sit back and think, but how else do you get money if you don't earn it? Because this is the thought and the belief that you were brought up for. Work hard, get your money once a week, get your money once a month. Whenever you work hard, and you'll earn your keep, earn your way, earn your money. Nobody ever said you're born, you got to earn life, you got to earn your breath. We get all these things for free. You got to earn this. No, I don't. All I need to do is show up, live my joy, do my purpose, and things happen. But when we put the limitations in place and step beyond the mind, become beyond that of limited expectations on life. So it's very, very mindful, or to be mindful on the words that we are affirming. If you're affirming the words that I earn my money, I receive on a monthly basis, that's exactly what will happen all of your life. You will earn your money and you will receive once a month to pay your bills, to pay my way. And that's how life has been. That's how your father and mother's been. That's how things have been for yourself. And then we say, so how else does money come to you? How else does things come to us? You see, we have this attachment and held on money, that I need the money for all these things in my life. And many, many things I'm quite sure have come to you where you didn't have to pay for it. Many things have been gifted to you. I think I don't buy that. Thank you so much. You see, many things come into our life is when we let go of the limiting belief on how it is to come to us. How the bathroom was to come to that lady was through the insurance company and she was always chasing them. How money was to come to this other person by feeling I'm giving gratitude for my body. Yeah, wonderful. I have a healthy body. To earn that this is all my body is made for, that I need to stay in health to earn my money to receive it once a month. Well, what happens when your body is in dis-ease or ill health? What then? Because you've only affirmed that my body will earn me the money to bring in my keep every month. It's letting go of the words, being mindful of the words. And even we say, yeah, I know law of attraction, I know about the universe. You are the power. It is ourselves that is creating our reality. So I just wanted to bring your attention to those things, to please be mindful of the words. And this means just stopping and pausing. What did I just say there? What did I say? Ask and you shall receive. Okay. I'll ask for money, but my body needs to be healthy and I need to earn it. Ask and you shall receive. Okay, I want a new bathroom, but I need the insurance company to phone me to get this happening. And this is where the magic and the miracles of life all let go, when we decide to let go of that. However, this is to be delivered to me. Let it be delivered for the highest good of all concerned. Feel the joy now for that, not the need. Give thanks now for what we have and what is to come into our lives. And however it is to be delivered to you, it shall be delivered to you. But as long as you put the restrictions on it, that's how it will come. And we feel we need to control this all, because otherwise, how would it work? Let go of having to control the outcome. Do not be attached to the outcome that we're waiting at the end of every month. Please God, I hope I have enough money at the end of this month to be able to do X, Y, and Z. You know, again, limitations, limitations, limitations. To know that you are deserving and worthy of everything great in this life. Remember, you do not have to earn your oxygen. You do not have to earn, when we walk out, the nature. Who said you have to earn this? It is gifted. It is a gift, as is everything else. We just attach a different meaning to a different word. And something else that's been coming up this week, I'll quickly mention this, is the word normal. The people, when I am coaching with people, I want him, if he could just be normal, if she could just be normal, if they could just be normal, if we could just have a normal life. What is this normal? What is normal? I watched a video yesterday and it was just a social experiment. And there was about, say, 20 people in the waiting room. And they were all in on this social experiment, bar one person that happened to come in. And every time a bleep went off, everybody stood up and they sat down. So every time this bleep, they all stood up and sat down. And this one person who was new to it, she sat at the start looking around her, but then she wanted to be normal. So what did she do? Every time the bleep happened, she stood up and she sat down. So she did not want to be abnormal, not to be like everyone else. So let's just do what everybody else is doing. Then what they done was they took the 20 people that were in, that knew about this experiment, they stepped them to the side. So she was left in the waiting room by herself. And in walks another total stranger, oblivious to this experiment. And what did she do? As soon as the bleep started and there was no one else in the room, she stood up and she sat down. And he asked her, what are you doing? She says, you're meant to stand up every time you hear a bleep. So what did he start doing? He started to copy her. Is this normal? And when we look in at it, this is the thing with our lives. If we can see it from a higher perspective, take a wee look in. Is normal doing the same as everyone else? Is normal not thinking for yourself? And when you look and think, absolutely, that's crazy. We just do things to gel in, to fit in, so we don't stand out, so people don't talk about us, so that I don't feel crazy. I think people, why not just be unique? You weren't here to be the same as everyone else. Yeah, we have all the same beautiful divine energy within us, all, but you're here to experience your life. And you want to experience it the same as everybody else. What's normal? Who has not? What is? I think sometimes normal is very ordinary. Be extraordinary. Do your own do. The only thing that is required of any of us is to, it's not even a requirement. Live your joy. Live your joy. Be at peace. And when you have those two within, just sit and watch life unfold that has been gifted to you. So, what I'm going to do now is bring on my co host, Mr. Don Gorgon, and we are going to, well, I don't know what we're going to do. We're just going to go with the flow. But something again that has been coming up this week is those three words: I am lost. And I'm quite sure we all know what that lostness feels like. So I'll bring on Don here now.
Hello. How
Good
are you?
morning, Don.
How do you follow that? I am lost now. You should at least give me 5 or 10 minutes notice what you want to talk about at least, and have something written down. But I'm sitting here now thinking, I'm going to wing this for the next couple of minutes. But how are you?
Well, when we look back, I said we just let go of how. Well,
Mm,
let go of how.
yeah,
Dawn, you work with many people and you'd work with a lot with people with bereavement.
yeah.
And sometimes not the people, as you have said, that word loss, LOSS, not I'm lost, but that feeling of loss, for starters, you say it could be the loss of a loved one, the loss of a marriage, the loss of a job. We discussed this loss before. Do you feel that loss makes people feel lost?
I think the secret in life is turning the word loss into love of sacred self. That makes sense. If you can turn around, when I talk to people who are bereaved and not dealing well with the bereavement, I try to bring them to the state that to look at the person who has passed away and say, were they responsible for your happiness? And if you give that burden to someone who has gone away, then you can never get back that happiness. And I keep saying to them, that this happiness is an inside job, that our happiness in life is what we bring to our world, not what other people bring. Now, if other people bring us happiness, that's great and it's a joy. But at the center of core of happiness is the inside value that we put in ourselves. And you talked about that self-talk. Um, our self-talk continues throughout our lives. We don't change our self-talk from we are very, very young, say from 7, 8 years of age. That person looking out at us is the person we get to know. And that is very difficult to change because of society and because of our environment and stuff and our values and cultures. We take on other people's opinion of us, where we should be in life and what we should be doing.
Mm. And do you think that how people spiral into this lostness?
It is. I think at the end of the day, to get someone to change, you see, when the sort of subconscious mind accepts things as normal, then it's very difficult to get back into that. And you'll see that where people have habits, be it alcohol or any addiction they have. It's the sense that they know it's bad, they know it's wrong, but there's a core value at a very deep level saying that it's more important that they look after their mindset. So it's very difficult to change some of those core values, but not impossible. And you can
Mm.
do that by self-examination, is right, and not listening to it. And you mentioned positive thinking. And well, positive thinking is very good and very helpful, but unless you can, if the human mind can achieve something and believe it, then it can do anything. But that belief has to be genuine. You can't stand and look in the mirror every morning and say, every day I'm getting better and better, and realizing that you don't really believe that. I think at the end of the day, you should start saying to yourself in the mirror, I am enough. I'm enough today just to get by. Or I can look at myself when I clean my teeth and not shout at myself or whatever. And take it in sort of small steps rather than this whole dream that people say you'll be happy when. To me, happiness is a continuation of life. You're never going to get it done. I think we spoke about that last week, and someone referred to it as this valley of tears we live in. there is no way in game here. We're always looking for something better.
And those words, I am enough, are more than enough.
Yeah.
And something that came up this week, and any of our actions is an end result, really, of an emotion, energy in motion. It's like a math equation, 1+1 = 2. Emotion equals then the action. But ourselves as a human society label something as bad, good, right, wrong. We'll judge it, we'll punish it, we'll award it. And so this is the normal that we have in our head. Well, that's not normal what you're doing. That behavior is not normal, or that behavior is quite acceptable, more so than normal. It's acceptable, or it's not normal. And I had a conversation with someone during the week that they grew up believing they were maybe more well off financially than other families. And when they got the length of secondary school, perhaps that illusion, it was an illusion. They realized maybe we weren't as well off, but wanted to keep that persona, wanted to be able to buy sweets for their friend and things for that. So what did happen, they said that they took money one day from a purse of a teacher and lived with the regret of that still to this day. And I says, when we had the conversation, I said, but you see, that action was only the result of an emotion of what I am not enough. I need to keep up this, that I am enough. So therefore, the action led to that. But you see, as I said to people, and it's the same with people that have drink, it equals to that emotion is taking place, why I need to do this, or what's taking place. But something that goes unnoticed, because it's not labeled bad or good, right or wrong, is, as I said to the person that beat themselves up with guilt about stealing money, but I says, we are thieves, all of us, because we're going about robbing people of their joy. Because when we make something about me, we rob people of their joy. We rob people of their happiness because we have an expectation of them not to be yourself, to be this way, to be that way. And we don't see this as, but I didn't steal of you. Yeah, you're robbing people's happiness and joy. We do not permit people and allow people to be what they choose to be the ordinary, not ordinary, or extraordinary. So it's this what we have in life. This is good, this is bad, this is right, that's wrong. And we label it all so much. But if we took, I think we look and think, am I robbing off someone today? Just because I'm not putting my hand into their purse, just because I'm not stealing the keys of their car. Did I rob their joy today by the words that I said to them, by making something so much about me that I didn't ask them, how's your day? Have a good day. This is what you should be doing. Why can't you be normal? Why can't you do these things? I often think, what do we rob people of?
Well, I think we have a value structure. Every person has a value structure, and it comes with from our earliest conditioning as children. So, and we try to think everyone else should fit into what we perceive to be normal. And you're right there. I mean, after 9/11, George Bush declared war against evil. Now, if you thought about that concept, it doesn't even make sense, because evil in one person's eye is someone else have a whole totally different view. But I think you're right. I think we should really stop, and it's difficult to do that, putting our worldview or our belief system onto someone else's time frame and their personality, and it's easy done. Sorry, you're echoing there. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, because I was hearing you twice. I had to hit the other thing there.
Oh, sorry. Okay. People say, money is the root of all evil. And it's not. It's the abuse of money is the root of all evil. It's abuse of anything is the root of all evil. Evil is a concept. It's not a thing at all, because my evil may be someone else's savior. But we live in what we think, and we elect people who have a just mentality, because it's easier to have someone in our world who makes good decisions. And then that can form into like toxic relationships as well, because you can attract someone who, into your life who says, I know what's best for us. And then you can turn around and, not accept responsibility for that and say, well, sure, you always told me to do it this way or that way. And then the whole thing goes off, and people end up disillusioned. So it's we could talk all day on these things, but our self-talk, and back to that again, our self-talk is more and more important. When we reach that age of our self-talk, you must be very careful not to criticize. And I keep telling people, stop all criticism of yourself first and foremost. And when you stop that, you tend to stop criticizing other people and saying that, if only other people would do things, I would be happy. Well, that doesn't make sense if you think about it, because you're not going to change what other people do, but you can change how you look at yourself and how other people interpret that.
Yeah.
So
I think too, when we have expectation,
yeah,
be prepared for disappointment. If you
yeah,
expect of others, and
yeah,
the thing is that if I expect you to come on and talk a certain way, if I expect you to dress a certain way, if I expect you, why would I get angry if you expected me, said, Evelyn, well, I think you should have spoken this way, or I should think you should have done that way. So
right, okay,
it's the ability to let go of when we let go of judgment on ourselves, we
yes,
don't fear judgment from anyone else.
no, no,
Because
no,
I know, and as
yeah,
Jeffrey Olsen had given me those words for the book, that The Woman's Journey. I
yes,
am complete 100% with or without you, that I am complete.
yeah,
I don't require you to bring my happiness. I am happiness, but I will invite you into my happiness. I don't
yes,
require you to bring me peace, but
that's
I'll
it,
invite you into mine, and vice versa. You'll invite me into yours. And we share that, we have that in
yes,
common, rather
yeah,
than I need you to do you. And then
yeah,
if I have a need on you, you'll have a need on me.
yeah, exactly, yeah,
I
that's
expect
exactly
something
it.
of you, you'll expect something of me. If I give you something and expect you to give me something in return, always
Mm-hmm.
our intentions are very, very important behind anything.
You are indeed, and you're right, because when you say to someone, "I'll be happy," I'm only happy when you're happy. When I go to weddings and I hear the speeches and they say, they're very close family, or they're very close, these families and things, I tend to want to get up and leave, truthfully, because we're all individuals, and families are the most difficult unit of all. And when the sort of mask slips, and sometimes when you see that, I could send children or people of families that we're all different. Imagine a tree growing with different branches. Some face the wind, some face the sun, some get more shelter than others. They may share the same sap and the same DNA, but their life experiences can be very, very different. And that differences should be celebrated, not condemned. Some families says, "Oh, he's not one of us. He doesn't play our game, or he doesn't do it his way. He went off in a different way, or whatever."
Mm-hmm.
So I keep saying, people, to be individual takes guts to leave the ruts. Trust me, takes guts to walk away and say, "Well, I'm going to look at it my way, do it slightly different." And if and then I think you find that people are very quickly will adjust and will say, "God, he had his heart set on that, or he did that." And once you do it and do it a few times, people will adjust, because they say, "Well, he's on a different journey now, this man or woman. That they don't no longer need to be part of this unit." But families are very important, and encourage families. Don't feel too bad if you're not in good terms with brothers or sisters or mothers or fathers and stuff. It's a very complicated unit. People think, well, we have to hide the family brand or the good name of the family or whatever, and stuff goes off. Those are very difficult things to try to hide. And we go through life saying everything's just fine, we're great. But inside, there's this can be a very empty feeling that people don't get to hear. And sadly, the end result is if it goes too far, people will leave life, not only leave family, but will take their life. And nobody seems to know or see it coming. But you don't realise that it's a culmination of small units of people being made to feel different.
Mm-hmm.
And people try
Mm-hmm.
to hold on to their meaning structure at any cost, because that's all you have in this world is what you mean. And you've said yourself many times, you've asked people to come on your show, and sometimes people don't because they feel shy or they feel not worthy or whatever it is. I say to people, if you do that, go on the show. You can feel self-conscious within yourself, but that's just part of life. And I feel self-conscious talking to you. I feel self-conscious talking to anyone. And do I look self-conscious? Well, that's for someone else to decide whether
You
they
look
do or don't.
fabulous, Don.
So the older you get, and it's not great getting older, but what I have found, one of the big pluses, you don't really care. Other people's opinions become less and less important.
Yeah. And
So
that's where we click. You know, we had the same banter, the same humor,
yeah,
and
yeah, that's it.
we all have more common. But you're saying about coming on the show
Yeah,
last week when I had the five men, and a lot of them got very little notice. They said, no bother. You see, if I had asked, and I'm not, apologies, ladies, but if
yeah,
I had
yeah,
asked five women at such short notice, the answer would have been very different.
yeah, yeah. It's what other people think is more important, what you think yourself. And that's supposed to
Hmm.
be, men are a bit different because they're genetically programmed to not really care. Do you understand? Because they're seen as what the hell? You know, what's the worst can happen? Where for a woman, that's a different thing because she might say had a bad hair day or something was going wrong or feel stressed or whatever. But it's not always the case. There's some very vain men and very vain women about as well. But if that vanity is a mask, and then to think of the mask will slip, someone will see me not looking my best or sound my best. So,
And it all
but
comes back to that I am not enough.
yeah, exactly. We'll end up with that and say, look, you know, at worst, if you can't look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you as a person or I appreciate you as a person, just say to yourself, I am enough. I'm enough today to get by today. And, you know, people always talk, I do collect oral history and talk a lot about history, about things that happened. But Declan and I always end the program by saying that, it's nice to look at the past, but never live there. That is gone. And if you look at one foot in the past and one foot in the future, you're gonna lose your balance. Today is the only day we have, and today is the only day you can do anything. If you think about it, if I say to you, think about the past, you can only think about it today. Or if I say to you, plan for the future, you only do it today anyway. So this is all we have. So every day is a new day for me. So
Well, Dawn, I'm going to say thank you very much, and I'll take you
yeah,
off screen, and I shall end the show very shortly. So
good.
thank you, Dawn.
You have a good day. Okay, I'll talk to you soon, Evan. Bye. Bye bye.
Okay, just hang
Bye now.
you out behind stage here. You've got the VIP pass. He's now in behind stage. So I just see comments here now on the thing. So good morning, Bernice. Good morning, Tanya. Good morning, Eileen. Good morning, Marion. Good morning, William. Very interesting, Evelyn and Dawn. A lot to think about. Very helpful. Thank you, William. Good morning, Marion. Loving this topic this morning. Great advice, Evelyn and Dawn. Vivian Knox, Tanya, and this is the people that are all watching. Fabulous words of wisdom, Dawn. You hear that? You're the wisdom guru now. Um, so thank you so much for joining in us this morning. As we say, then to finish this off, I am enough. Of course I am. I'm more than enough. My goodness, you're made in divinity. That is the truth of your existence. But unfortunately, through conditioning in life, we have got smothered and smothered and smothered. And sometimes we get lost and we get in search of who am I? And the truth is that I am, not who am I. That's the lostness. The I am, the great I am. I am that I am. And that I am, remember, be mindful, be aware of how you choose to follow that I am. Thou shalt not take thy Lord thy God in vain. And I believe it to be the word that I am, because it is within us all. God bless. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the sunshine, and I'll catch up with you all very, very soon.